No. Let me get the fixture up. Actually, you think so.
Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. We're live, back via Zoom, back and direct into your YouTube and all that stuff. Before we go on, I think it's only right to say rest in peace to all the victims of the Grenfell Tower catastrophe. Because boy, listen, we're not scared to use our platform in it, and like that is one of the biggest catastrophes I think this country's ever seen. The fact that they've essentially covered up the deaths of so many people, especially from our community, and nothing's been done 3 years on is appalling. So rest in peace to the victims, thoughts and prayers out to the families at this time as well. And yeah, if any of you guys watching can do anything to support petitions, etc., please do, because justice is needed in that regard. Without further ado, what you came for, the main event, the Premier League is nearly back. Premier League is nearly back. We are a week away. It's going to be, we should be back in the studio. It's going to be fireworks. There's about 9 or 10 games left for each team. The first fixture back is United, Spurs. So you already know what that's going to do to our group chat. And the race for top 4 is not over. A lot of transfer activity going on, a lot of friendlies going on. There's a lot to unpack here. We've got a short time. Fuad, I'm going to toss it over to you because I know you want to talk to me. Them Undombele's looking like a slimmers.
Listen.
Spurs got no transfer fees. Tough fixtures coming in. Top 4 probably is looking beyond you. You never know what can happen, but it's looking beyond you. What are you telling me right now? What's good? Talk to me.
I mean, if there's one team I think that's probably benefited the most from this kind of mid-season break, it's probably been us. And now we've got Harry Kane's back, Son is back, and Dom's back, and they kind of all look semi-fit in training. I mean, and Dom even scored in one of the friendly games, I think. But I don't want to get too carried away at the same time, because before we went on that break, we didn't win in the last 6 games. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think before that, we had a nice little run where we looked like we was putting a couple of games together. But as you said, the fixtures coming up don't look any easier for us. I mean, we've got Sheffield away to go, Leicester still to play, Arsenal still to play, and we're 7 points off top 4. I mean, when we lost that I can't remember, the last game anyway, it's been so long now, I officially said, we're out of the top 4 race. I can't see it. In all honesty, for me, the biggest thing now, I don't even want to get top 6. Real talk, if there's no chance of top 4, don't waste my time with Europa League football next year. Let's just go back to kind of 1 fixture a week, kind of use next season to kind of rebuild and kind of reset, if I'm honest. I don't want to waste time in the Europa League. Yeah. And that's where we are at the minute. We're 8th, Arsenal are 9th. So, I mean, you've got Leicester, you've got Sheffield, you've got Wolves, you've got United, who are hitting form before. Chelsea and Leicester are well gone. I don't see us finishing top 6, and I don't want to finish top 6, in all honesty, at this point.
Let me ask you this, because it's well documented your financial position at the moment. Not finishing in the top 7 teams, for me anyway, looks a bit detrimental. Like, how can you do this first season at a new stadium, say that it's going to be the only place to watch Champions League in London, and then you're not even playing European football next year, and the chance of getting new signings is bleak. That, to me, that looks like a mausoleum, especially with Jose Mourinho in charge. It looks mad.
I mean, listen, the signings I'm hearing that we're linked with are varying from Koulibaly to Zuma to God knows, I don't know, Max Aarons. I've heard Memphis Depay, and the next thing I'm hearing, we're linked with Ryan Fraser. So exactly. So 1 minute we've got Peas, 1 minute we haven't got Peas. I mean, we just took a massive loan out. For what reason, I don't know. But in all honesty, I haven't seen this club spend money on the squad in years. And for the first time, they've got a manager in who I think has some pull in the transfer market. Will that work solely for us this year? I don't think so. But for me, next season, it's the summer is probably what will be the key bit. And I think the back end of this season, we should more use it as a pre-season. I said that when Jose came in November, for fuck's sake, and we're still going on.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. So in terms of where Spurs are now, you're saying that you don't even want European football next year?
I can't see it. I can't see Champions League football, and I don't want to waste my time with Europa League. And You look, we've still got the same Aurier, Lloris, Alderweireld. We haven't got a left back. Like, I can't see us stringing together 7, 8, 9 wins now to come and catch up to Chelsea.
Do you reckon you can get signings in though without playing European football? I mean, there's a couple
that's
frees.
That's a whole other ball game. But I mean,
would you take Cavani on a free?
That's one I was hearing yesterday as well. But would he come without the Champions League football? That's what I'm saying. And have we got the wages there to kind of afford it? I mean, it'd be an ideal kind of.
What's that?
Say that again.
Cavani will have to come and start. How would that work?
Nah. There's no starting straight away. He's sitting behind fucking Icardi at PSG. Come on. Like, I think he's the kind of experience quality that we need.
Wait, fair. Let's pause. Wait, let's pause. If Cavani comes in, who starts with Tottenham Hotspur if Cavani comes and joins?
Is that an actual question?
Yeah, that's what I want to know your answer.
Bro, Harry Kane, come on, man.
Spurs will have to play a 4-4-2 or something.
Fam, that's what I'm saying. You can't bench Cavani.
Cavani's going to come free, which means his wages.
And Dom and Lo Celso in centre mid. Like,
you have to figure it out. Hey, there's no way Cavani.
I'm not trying to see any more Harry Winks and Eric Dyer. Please, no more.
Loud Winks.
I'm mad. And what are you feeling for this?
A new contract. Oh, for fuck's sake.
What are you feeling for the big game company as well? Obviously, your manager's allegedly taken digs at Oli, saying that Ollie's not fit. Ollie's not. Which, by the way, yeah, if there's a football rumor I've heard recently that's made me laugh, that quote is hilarious. A man said he's been whispering, he's been telling the man them, and listen, you see Ollie? Ollie's not cut off for this.
He ain't built for this. Cam, is he lying?
Wait, he's not lying, but what was he built for? Was just built for?
Hey, proof is in the puds.
Listen,
proof is in the puds.
Man can say Ollie's not built for it, but Ollie's dished out licks to Chelsea, to Jose.
He's been battering Pep all season. Listen, he's been doing a job against the big team. So I'm not going to come out here and say, yo, yeah, we're going to dominate United, even though we're at home. Like, we haven't made home a fortress yet.
No Dele Alli as well, right?
This is a restart. In all honesty, I don't see that as big of a miss. In all honesty, I think he's got other issues on his mind at the minute. He's been going through some personal stuff, so probably best he takes a break.
But yo,
put your rollers in the sky. What's that lyric again? Maybe side to side.
Listen, man, quarantine's been getting to everyone. You know what I mean?
Nah, I hear you. But Cam,
I want to see him pick back up where he left off, man.
Cam, you know what? Let's make it a bit interesting. Who are the 3 players for Spurs for the rest of the season you're really paying attention and looking forward to see after this rest?
I want to see what Ndom looks like second half. I want to see a step up from Sanchez and Harry Kane, man. I want to see some more goals from him, man. I think first half of the season, even though people look at the numbers and say you got 11 and 20, some of them were penalties. I think he was struggling in the early games. Like, I want to see the Harry Kane that's the slim, slender, banging goals Harry Kane, not this chunky, sluggish.
Not the toffee pudding Harry Kane.
Hey. That one needs to slow down. You know what I mean?
Yorkshire puddings. Looking like a mazzoline. Cam, what are you saying though, man? The feeling is nearly restored, bro. The feeling is nearly restored.
Hey, is Rashi back for that?
Fam, Rashi's been ripping up friendlies.
Top 6 crashings then, innit?
Hey, Cam, let me see your top. Let me see your top.
Come on, fam. They already know as well, fam.
Oh, you make me sick. Hey, you actually got that.
They already know, fam.
Cam,
Apparently this is the wonder kid. Hey,
No,
you're actually shameless. You're actually shameless.
Listen, there's been a lot said about United. Fans have been excited, but I think there's 2 things we know. There's one thing that in terms of our platform, we're quite coherent with our thoughts. And the second thing is in terms of United fans that don't live in Manchester, you're probably up there. So you're probably the right person to actually give us a deep dive.
That's all of them, innit?
The real talk. But it's...
You're the oldest money Tottenham fan in the world, man.
With my chest!
Hey, what chest, bruv? Some young pigeon chest, bruv.
It's been a minute.
You got to do them push-ups.
It's been a minute, you know.
You got to do them push-ups, my guy. No, what are you telling me? Because, I mean, Bruno... Okay, tell you what, there's different things here. There's Rashford coming back with you guys chasing top 4 and 3 points behind Chelsea. That's one. There is United having a full squad, which includes Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, which then creates a midfield interesting dilemma. There's also the whole fact about Harry Maguire has kind of, when he's been there, like, yeah, he's looked here and there in games, but your defensive record has been better. Your team seems in a place where this break, if it benefited Spurs, it benefited United, let's put it that way. First question, are you, man, going in for the top four? I think that's the question number one. Question number one, are you guys turning for the top four? Question two, break down how your squad works for me going forward, because everyone's throwing out their 2 cents and a lot of it's not making sense to me. How does this United squad work going forward?
Fam, listen. I didn't even realize that we were only 3 points behind in the top 14. I thought it was about 5 points. 3 points.
Hide in place.
3 points, and you've got a better goal difference than us.
3 points. Listen, we're gonna get the top
head-to-head record as well, isn't it?
I can't remember. I'll be honest.
What a head-to-head against Chelsea you talking about?
Come on, man. Do you remember that?
Of course you remember that. Of course you remember that. Let's not revisit what we've done to them, man, this season.
Hey, Garçon, roll the tapes.
Let's go. Yeah, talk to me.
Us, we're in a good place. We're in a good place right now. We ended quarantine in good form. You know what I mean? We were in very good form, clean sheets, everything was going well. And then obviously this break comes. And this break was a blessing in disguise in a way, because Rashford wasn't about, Pogba wasn't about, Bailly wasn't about. That's 3 of our best players in each position potentially. If you can debate if Bailly, whatever, I don't really know. But Pogba's our best midfielder, Rashford's our best attacker. And now they're all back. So even though Bailly, I don't think is going to play this season, I think he's still going to go with Lindelof. Just the fact that them men are there, it's a big boost. And it's a competition for places. End of the day, we know Pogba's better than Fred. But now everyone's going to have to step it up, because Fred's not a laughing stock no more. Pogba can't just have a stroll game and think that his position is going to be safe. Fred can come in and do a job for us, and he's shown that he can now. So with us, I think we're in a good position at 3 points behind with our 2 best players coming back.
And you've probably got the easiest running, I would say, towards the end.
I can't see. I'm not gonna lie. I can't see. I'll be surprised if we don't make it at this point, because I just think we got a lot going on for us. Chelsea have got not the easiest run. Also, Chelsea, you guys have been very vocal with what you guys want to do right now. Quarantine, you guys are taking advantage of. Yeah, we're going to try to get Werner. We're going to try to get this guy. Tammy Abraham's wasn't scoring goals already. And I think now that he knows that another player's coming, the way I see Tammy, I don't think it's going to be a boost for him. I think it's going to be a confidence trainer.
Do you know what the funny thing with that Werner signing is, though? He's been playing on the out wide most of the time.
I even think
could he come in and even play that same role for Chelsea?
We'll get on to that.
When we get to Chelsea, we'll touch on it, because there's a nice little topic there.
What I think we're in a good place. So obviously you said how it's going to work. I think it's pretty straightforward how it should work. Pogba and Bruno will play. Matic should start the same back 4. And then Rashford just goes back onto his left wing. James.
So you would start Matic then?
Wait. So no Fred?
No. Fred at this point, he wouldn't start. If we're talking about pure talent, you got to put your best players out there.
That's interesting.
Can he not sit behind McTominay? What's his name? Bruno and Pog.
Oh yeah.
Not for me, man. Not for me. I feel like Matic has got a good little relationship going on with.
He improved second half of the season as well.
Yeah. He's got a good little relationship going on with Maguire and Lindelof, so I think we should keep that. I
guess the other thing is, now that he's rested, the legs might be back a bit, because during the season it was looking like the Duracell batteries are running a bit low. You get me?
So I feel like that's what's going on. All we really listen. The thing about it is that you can't double up on Pogba no more. I dare you to double up on Pogba and let Bruno Fernandes have a free run at whatever he wants to do. I dare you to try double up on Bruno and let Pogba have the ball to do what he wants to do. So now, and then you got Rashford there now. You got Martial was on route to 25 goal season. As much as people want to go to him, he was en route to 25-goal season, and now he's got Pogba and Bruno behind him.
What are we saying? Is Rashford going to hit the final 20 mark now?
Rashi, bro, he's not even
back
out.
Fit.
He's not even out of the golden boot race, and he was on for what, 8 weeks.
And let's relax with the golden boot. Let's just get to the 20 ballpark. Yeah.
Hey, Fuad,
14 goals.
Fuad, that's not even the question you asked him.
You see how he just took it at another level.
Bro, he's got 14 goals right now.
Yeah.
With 10 games to go. I'm not saying he's going to win the golden boot, but I'm saying that's how much people didn't capitalize on while he's away. And now the Prince is back. So, listen.
The Prince?
Listen,
Prince what?
We got you, man.
Carrington.
Right? We got you, man, coming up. And I'm happy that Jose said that before us. Because do you remember what happened when we last blinked, you guys?
Hey, you will never let that live down, innit? That was so sweet for Rashford, United fans. That was a comeback.
I'm happy he did that because he's now playing against Jose. Is always going to fire us up now. Yeah. But now that he's even done that, it's even an extra bit to light a little extra spark in us. And
that's the team talk already, isn't it?
We're coming, bro. We're coming.
So you're saying top four guaranteed, yeah?
I think we'll get top 4.
That's cool.
It wouldn't. I'd say you lot are probably neck and neck with Chelsea. If not, I'd probably tip you lot more just on the fixture running.
Bro,
I would have the easiest fixture running.
I would say Leicester in trouble. I think Leicester might be in trouble.
I don't think so. Now let's start.
Chelsea have given us so many opportunities to capitalize, and of course we haven't taken it. And
they're like Spurs last year,
especially within
good shout for it.
Last few weeks of the season, when I don't know, when Chelsea would drop points and we wouldn't. No Marcus Rashford, no Pogba. Now they're back. Boy.
You say Leicester's in trouble as well, but they're 5 points ahead of you lot. I just checked now.
Yeah, but in terms of Leicester's form, no, we say this, but we have to remember.
Scrap form. I think everyone's resetting.
How what I'm saying is, in the sense, everyone's resetting, yeah, but what Leicester showed us this season is Ndidi not being fit and Vardy having an off game almost writes them out. That they can defend. Don't get me wrong; they've got a good record. But as soon as you take Ndidi out of the team and Vardy has an off game, that is it. Like they've shown that this season. So in terms of them coming to the last few games of the season, etc., they're looking over their shoulder. You get me? Because they have actually, we're not looking at form, but we've seen they've slowed down. It shouldn't be this close because they were gone. I don't think they're going to chase. They're 4 points behind City. I don't think they're chasing City. They're looking over their shoulder, and with that, I think the teams looking over their the teams that are looking over their shoulder, the teams looking over their shoulder have a lot more to lose than the teams chasing. I mean, United are chasing us, which worries us, but we're chasing Leicester. So I don't think that all it takes is 2 losses.
I don't know. I think your fixture running, you lot aren't going to string that many results together to put pressure on. They're only 5 points clear.
No,
I think you lot will probably drop points, and you lot will worry more about United catching you up than you catching up to Leicester.
No, I think it's both.
Watford, Brighton, Everton, Palace, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Sheffield United, Tottenham, United, and Man United.
They've only got
Sheffield United, Tottenham, and Man United. That's mad.
They've only got.
But by then they would have probably secured it already, I reckon.
Nah, I don't think so. Potentially, I mean, this is football; it can go either way. But I genuinely think that they're looking over their shoulders. We're looking over our shoulders. I think even Wolves. I think Wolves make this interesting. Wolves are the team that make this really interesting.
We're about to end Spurs' hopes on Friday.
We saying final nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me.
I'll be honest. If
we lost Norwich the other day, so
I'll be honest. If United were to beat Spurs, I think Spurs are out of it. Depending on the results that Wolves and Sheffield get, it turns into a big fist up. Because Sheffield are going to belt all the way. Like we know, what's their phrase, Cam? No guts, just glory.
That
didn't make sense.
You butchered that. Couple months football, no football,
no guts, no glory.
Like Sheffield are gonna
no egos, just desire.
They're gonna go for it. You understand? Like for them, this is if they don't go for it now, they won't be able to go for it again. They're gonna throw everything out, and I respect it. Wolves are one of those sides where they can string results. I saw something, and Jimenez, in terms of goals that have led to points, Jimenez was second on the table. His goals have resulted in 18 points to them. Like they're gonna go for it. So I think the catalyst for all of this is if United beat Spurs, it turns into a big fist up. But on Chelsea,
hope for Arsenal then.
no,
I
don't
Arsenal
think.
got
No,
a game in hand,
no.
and if they win that, they're level on points with Wolves.
Have you seen how Arsenal have been performing in their
I don't
friendlies?
trust Arsenal to string runs at all. To catch everyone has to flop, and Arsenal have to go on a winning streak. I can't see that.
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta, they're saying.
You've got City. City's their game in hand.
Yeah.
No, it's not. City Wednesday.
Nah, that's their first game back, I know, but I'm not sure that's their game in hand.
Hey Cam, I didn't even ask you. You mentioned top four.
Oh no. Sorry, Maze. I just seen Arsenal's fixtures.
They're not getting it.
Bro, they've still got to play City, Wolves, Leicester, Tottenham, and Liverpool.
Yep.
Oh,
Finished.
yeah, they're
Finished. If Ole gets top four, how do you look at his season?
You got to get an Ollie tattoo on your chest.
No, if Ole gets top four, then he's had a decent season. That should be the bare minimum for my United.
Of course, but given the circumstances, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. If we get top four, then I'll say that's well done. I would like to win the FA Cup though, or the Europa League as well. Like those, I feel those are two.
You know what I'm starting to think of Ollie. Yeah, he might not be the ideal man for you lot, but he'll be the man before the right man. If that makes sense.
I can hear that.
He will be the man who puts the foundations down. Yeah.
He's
So
the
I
bridge.
think if he does that, if the bridge literally there, I think this summer
However, the key thing with that is, remember, his philosophy and direction is about taking it back to the roots, getting young players in. If you get the manager that doesn't believe in that philosophy, you basically shoot yourself in the foot.
No. He'll have to. But I think Ollie will almost set the template that we're going to sign young, we're going to use the academy.
No, but Fuad, I say that for a reason, because if we look at what United have done, they've almost tried to set templates and gone against it in the past. So the thing is,
I don't think we will anymore.
You can't. It's not about you. You can't. You actually can't. You can't afford to waste it. And speaking on that, what's you lot have had some transfer rumors. What's your thoughts on them?
No, it's the same all season. So it's just from Van der Beek or whatever his name is. And
how many centre mids do you lot need to sign? I'm hearing Van der Beek,
Jack Grealish.
I'm taking everything with a pinch of salt, man. Like, it's United, man. We're linked with everyone. So until I start seeing more concrete things, the only ones that I know are concrete is the Grealish and Sancho ones. The rest of them, I don't really know what's going on. I know we were into my man last season, Donny, but let's see, innit? Let's see.
I think Donny would be
Van der Beek for people that are thinking that Donny is like some Roman. Man, I just say Donny like it's their friend. Like they always say, I want to.
But so, we'll see. I mean, we'll see with that. I don't know. It's all of it. It's just it's United. It's typical, man. We're gonna be linked with Messi next week. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Boy, listen, Messi might want to leave Barcelona. You know the way things are looking over there.
Listen, first game back, got a goal and 2 assists.
Yeah, but Barcelona are weak, bro. Anyway, Chelsea.
What's going on for Chelsea then?
Chelsea, I think the pressure's on. I think with the signings and the way we're looking to step forward, top 4, we have to see it. Like Lampard has to go after it.
I might have to hand Cam the baton of the don't let this slip, bro.
What, after your thing failed? After your thing failed?
My thing is collapsed. Take over.
Wait, I should get an apology there for that. I should get an apology there for that.
You already had that earlier in the season.
Because
clip that and edit that if you want that.
Because with Chelsea, I think the only way we can see it is we need to chase down Leicester. We can't afford to slip up. We need to just keep chasing what's in front of us and try and pip Leicester, because I think if we pip Leicester, we're safe. If we stay behind Leicester, we're in big trouble. I mean, we've got to play Leicester as well. So taking points off them will be really good. The City game's interesting as well. We really need to go after that game. And those are the games we've struggled in. We've struggled in those big games. So there's a lot to be done. And I hope that with the signings and the interest of players basically reinvesting that Hazard money, I hope that it gives the squad that fire to say that, you know what, I need to prove that I need to be a guy. You get me? Because a lot of the players here, you've had the opportunity.
Just sorry to interrupt. What players? Yeah. So for example, we know Ziyech is coming.
Yeah.
That didn't do really anything for Willian. He just still played the same. who else are you guys linked to? Okay, we know Werner. Right?
Werner's coming in.
Havertz.
Yeah.
But
Kai
who-
Havertz they're linked with as well.
It's pretty all straightforward. Like it's all expected changes.
No, of course. I
The
think
thing
for
is,
me, for
what
me,
spark
what the
would it
thing is,
spark? You know
for
what I mean?
me,
Like, just like, for if you're a Spurs, for example, just to quickly go to Spurs,
um,
all them back four at Spurs should probably know that they're gonna get replaced soon. So getting
Yeah.
linked players, is it really
no,
gonna spark?
Cam, hear what I'm saying. So the key thing for me is, if you look at Chelsea, you know that Willian and Pedro are probably out the door. You've got
Mhm.
Cho, who's obviously free. Cho, he's freed now, isn't it? He's bus case. You've got Cho that, if we let's call it for what it was, when Cho was a youngster, they were saying that it was him and Sancho. He's had his injuries and whatnot. He's been in the wilderness. He didn't get his move to Bayern. He is where he is now. You're getting 150 racks. Can you prove that that you're going to be starting for this team? Pulisic was one that we know scored a hat trick, scored a few goals here and there. Sorry,
Pulisic back.
Pulisic should be back. Yeah, I don't think he's training. Can you prove that you should be starting? Loftus-Cheek is name match fitness. You're 24, 25. You've played less than 100 games in your career. This is your boyhood club. You've always wanted to play here. The fans love you. Everyone thinks you've got talent. Can you prove that you should need to be starting? Do you understand? I think.
Can you stay fit?
Well, that goes without saying, innit? But can you prove? For me, it's like we've got a 9-game stretch where these players have to say, you know what, I need to put something down, because even though we haven't even finished completing signing, you guys know it more than anyone. When it comes to this whole thing, Chelsea don't lay down for too long. If Abramovich is looking at something and it's looking meaty, he says, you know what, yeah, listen, I tried the young thing. You man flopped. I'm buying out the bar. You get me? I'm getting me a pina colada. I'm getting me a daiquiri. I'm getting everything from the bar. You get me? So these men need to understand. Are you
making that top four?
I believe we will. And I believe we will solely on the set, like I said about Leicester. I think that Leicester slip. I feel like Leicester slip, and I feel like we put the pressure on them. But again,
so you think United and Chelsea are getting it?
I believe United. I believe it's City. I believe it's Liverpool, City, Chelsea, United. I believe that's how it ends.
Third place?
I believe that's how it ends. I believe that's how it ends.
That's a strong end of the season. I'll be real with you.
It's a strong end. Go on, bro.
No,
we've got about 9 minutes left, by the way.
Yeah, my own concern with Chelsea, I think, especially in regards to the signing, I think you lot have just been linked with so many forwards and creative talent.
Listen, Fuad, can I address this? Can I address this? I love this. No, Fuad, I love this. Fuad, I love this, because the thing is, this is said all the time, This is said all the time, and this is my thing here, I hear what you're saying. It completely makes sense.
Yeah.
But when you've got contractual clauses, when players are available, do you spend 90 million on getting the 2 players that are available and going to improve your team? Or do you go and send Koulibaly for 80 million?
Agreed.
And then he starts doing, so like you have to buy who's available. Don't get me wrong, like you have to fix your defense. And I think we will. But how many times have we been here and we've said, you know what, the standard of defending is so poor. Like it's easier to pick world-class forward talent.
Yeah, my only thing is I think you lot are in a sticky situation, because your centre-backs, you look at them, Tomori, Zuma, Christensen, all 3 youngsters who've come through the Chelsea ranks, they're all on long-term deals. No one's taking them off you. So I don't know if you lot are going to go out, and Rudiger as well, sorry. So I don't know if you lot are going to go out and break the bank for a centre-back. But for me, I think when I hear you lot saying Ziyech and Werner, I don't know if that is what you lot need to catch up to Liverpool.
You know them gym man. You know that gym man with the big chest and big arms.
So the thing is, most teams. If you look at most teams, one second, man. Well, man, walking on the joint list. If you look at most teams, most teams
no legs.
Before VVD, like Liverpool buying forwards. You get me? Like more, it's. You tend to buy your forwards first before you get in your defenders. And I get what you man are saying. I think the key thing with all of this is it really depends on what happens going forward. Because like you mentioned, the young centre-backs are on long-term deals. Rudiger's there. With the right back. Yeah, again, there's been links with keepers and stuff. Again, it depends on...
Donnarumma, I'm hearing.
Boy, listen, it's one of those things. It depends on what he gets money for. One,
who is Kepa 2.0? Let's not get it twisted.
He's been like, like, what's the point? Like, don't get me wrong, he's been good this season, but what's the point? Like, why would you? Yeah, but what is the point? Do you understand what I'm saying? What is the point? Yeah. Why would you do that? If you're gonna get a new goalkeeper, get someone that's tried and tested. You know, the thing is,
100 mil, blow.
No, but Fuad, hear what I'm saying, yeah? There's 2 ways to go this. You can get the world best, or you can get someone that's just proven, someone that can just catch, someone that can shot stop. Fam, man like Ben Foster has been so consistent at shot stopping for so long. Do you get me wrong? Like,
Don't
there's
do
certain
it.
no, but this is let's be real. If you're talking about goalkeepers, yeah, like we wouldn't need to go and break the bank. Just go buy someone that, because that's what we did with Kepa. With Kepa, it was like, you know what, let's go and get the young trendy one that can do the kicks and whatnot, and it backfired. Like sometimes you just need to go with tried and tested. But anyway, speaking on Chelsea, yeah, I think it's those players that have got that kind of not chip on the shoulder, but this was the whole, you should be playing. You guys need to prove, because if not, boy, listen, you man are not playing next season. Like at the end of the day, Lampard's job is on the line with this end of the season. If we don't get top 4, fam, listen, someone else might use Werner and Ziyech, you know, that's how really it is. Because it's like, listen, I've set the precedent for you. I've invested the Hazard money back into the team now. Show me what you're going to do for the rest of the season. Show me how we can kick on. For me, I already said to you, man, at the beginning of the season, this season should be about finishing top 4 and getting a trophy. Top 4 is still there. The trophy element is not there anymore. It's like, okay, cool. So you need to get top 4. Like that is standard practice with Chelsea. But
get top 4, big failure.
Massive failure, bro. Especially back onto the point you mentioned before, with the amount of times that we've let it, you know, we've let people get a chance to sneak back and they haven't capitalized.
At the start of the season, right? At the start of the season, I would have said, if you don't get top 4, then, I mean, obviously Lampard had his hands tied, but the fact that you basically led all season, so now to lose it in the final 9,
it'll be a disgrace. I'll be honest. It'll be a disgrace, and there's only 3 points in it, but like we need to put the pressure on Leicester. Like I'm surprised you didn't know it was 3 points. What kind of fan are you, bro?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I need United to finish ahead of Chelsea. Come on, Rashi.
Fam,
we're coming, fam.
I know you're not coming for us this week.
Have you seen how the narrative has switched? And man went from Rashi hate, Martial hate. Man's now saying, come on,
Martial still got more to do. Martial still got more work to do.
One of you, man, you mentioned the Werner thing. I think that sort of signing, what it does is it allows you, people are going, well, he's starting in the middle, will he start in the left? That's the whole point of that sort of signing. It allows you to do different things. I personally think that he will probably start in the left. And I said it to you in the group chat. I mean, you said, does this mean title charge? And I said, I don't know if it means title charge, but it means that you better do better. If I'm putting the money back in, you better do better. The key thing about Werner is he misses loads of chances. He misses a lot of chances.
I was just about to say, the last 2 weeks, he's missed 2 fucking sitters.
It's not this week. It's not the last 2 weeks.
And I'm like, yo, this is looking very reminiscent.
What was the first thing I wrote in the group chat? The first thing I wrote in the group chat is a man will score, but he'll miss bare chances. And it's similar to... if I say Salah, you might not understand what I'm saying in terms of you take 10 chances, you might score 2 goals, but 10 chances.
He'll create loads.
No, what I'm going to say is,
he just
one thing that I'll be worried about is Bayern Munich always sign the best German talent. Why did they not sign Werner? That's all. I'm aware of.
I think that's more to do with the fact that, I don't know, maybe he'd already moved to a good Bundesliga team. He's like, do you know what, I've had enough. Because you got to remember, he started off at Stuttgart, I think.
But from
and then
Leipzig,
he got the big move to Leipzig.
Yeah. From Leipzig, bro,
he was like their marquee signing.
Bro, they take players off Dortmund. Why did they not go in for Werner?
I think Leipzig are trying to be different.
Yeah, I understand there was a bit of like flirting and stuff like that.
And I think...
but they didn't put a bid in for him or anything. But I know there was flirting because that's Bayern. They have basically a hold of everyone.
To be real though, like the key thing, like there's only 3 minutes left. We don't have to go too deep into it. But if you look at the landscape, Werner's 24. How old is Haaland? Haaland's at Dortmund. They're cooking him up. Give it 2-3 seasons, he might end up there. They've got Lewandowski still playing. Zerski's looking good. It's like, you know what? What's the point? Werner's probably looking. I could go there and place in the next couple of seasons. Similar to like Goretzka as well. Like look at Goretzka. Sorry?
Werner said, I want to move countries, so I like that.
But even look at like Goretzka. Goretzka, it was like, oh, listen, you're sick. We're going to come and get you. Man had to go and get Hench to fit back in the squad.
He's improved this season, man.
No, but bro, he's had to, because it was like, listen, like we don't need you anymore.
Imagine if they get Havertz.
Imagine if they get Havertz now. He's thinking...
This just shows, man, when you're a new signing, people need to give you a season.
Time. Yeah, you need time.
Unless you're an absolute stinker, that's when you can like have a judgment, I guess. Like, you know, Fred, I didn't even see one bit of quality last season. So fair enough. You can say a little bit of stuff, you know what I mean? But fam, first season, you got to give it like a little bit of time. That's why, you know,
adjusting period.
I don't go too far with them. I just say that.
But people at Navigator, no, people at that, we have to
we can
address.
start
He's
watching
had-
that.
We have to address. We have to
He's
address.
had a
But
lot
listen,
of injuries.
man, there's less than a minute left. Cam, 3 players that you're looking most forward to seeing back. Is it the 3 that you mentioned? Rashford, Pogba, and Bailly, or who is it?
Not Bailly, because I don't think he'll play. I'm looking forward to seeing Rashford, of course,
Yeah.
Martial, and Pogba.
Calm.
Who? Greenwood's. Listen, he's just our silent driller. You know what I mean? And the
No
game
one's there. Drillings.
come on and fit.
Hey, listen, man, listen. That's another episode of Stoppage Time TV. Make sure you subscribe.
What about you?
Me will be. I'm looking at
Tammy.
Loftus Cheek, Tammy, and if Billy
Loftus-
Gilmer gets minutes.
He actually said Tammy.
No. I need to see it. Let's be real. Like you fell off.
Loftus Cheek is better than Bruno.
No,
Hey,
that's
Loftus
gas. It's
Cheek
gas.
is
It's gas. It's gas.
sack of ass, bro.
Them. If I'm listen, them pods, yeah, Stardog and Sprinkle Cake, bro. Listen, that's another episode. We're gonna be back in the studio soon. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're watching the visuals. Make sure you're doing everything. Listen, we're nearly back. We're nearly back. You get me? All of these pods have been taking noise. Listen, we're back. You get me? Listen, no more sleeping. Yeah,
Live and direct.
Live and direct. You get me?
That's no glory.
I'm picking a lock. I'm coming through blasting.
Hey,
man,
no egos, just desire.
No egos, just desire. Listen, man, them in a bit, man.
Easy, bro.
Come on, bro. That is so funny.